we have the ingredients given to us. If we apply that to our lives, it gives us the power to fight off the temptations that we often get ourselves into. It is a natural response of our faith. Examine yourself as I've examined myself. Are we Christians who have a dead faith because it is without works? If you go on a plan and never work the plan, what's going to happen? If you have a plan and you never work it,
It's going to fail.
it's going to fail.
Yeah.
It just didn't work. Well, let me ask you something. How much of the plan did you work? Well, I never got around to it.
That's why it didn't work.
That's why it didn't work. Right?
Yeah.
Right. We planned stuff and it never does.
If we truly believe it works, then we have to have patience for it to work.
Uh-oh.
Patience?
You don't plant a seed in the ground one day unless it's a weed, and it'll grow the next day.
Oh, yeah.
Weed'll grow faster than sin will grow faster than righteousness, won't it? When you believe that, why does it take so long for righteousness to grow? How come it takes so long to see changes in our? I'm going to start going to church next Sunday, and we assume that we're going to see benefits out of that person the next week. It don't quite get that way. I would rather see a slow growth than a real fast, exciting growth, and then it buzzes out. I like for a person to grow a little step by step, and so I have to do that myself. We all grow on different levels. So it's a thought process in coming to understanding, and that's why oftentimes the Apostle Paul continues to say the same thing, because we often don't get it the first time around. When I was listening to taking some successful for a living, and I forgot the guy out of Texas. I got some tape from Tommy Leatherwood, and it was 12 tapes, 30-minute tapes, I think an hour, 90-minute tapes. It cost $400 for 12 tapes.
How much?
$400. This was back in '76.
That was big money.
That's expensive, man.
Well, now it was guaranteed if I did it, I would be successful. Now, if I put $400,
There's that big word there, that if word.
no, wait a minute.
Yes.
Now,
Big little word.
my comment is, am I going to? So I listened to these. What was his? He's a Christian guy, the First Baptist Church in Dallas, Texas. A successful living. We all know him.
Swindle?
No, he's from Texas. He's a motivator speaker. It'll come to who I'm talking
Not
about.
Zig Ziglar.
Zig Ziglar.
Yeah.
Zig Ziglar. And he said, I want you to listen to this tape 15 times. One side 15 times. And I said to myself, I don't need to listen to it but one time, whether or not I'm going to believe it or not. Well, what have I just done?
You've not followed the plan.
I have not followed the plan.
That's right.
Does he know something I don't know? We all know better than somebody else.
Yes.
You give your children a plan, they don't accept your plan
No.
because they already know it, even though they've never done it.
Mm-hmm.
They've never done it, but they know more than you do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, he says the reason you want to listen to it 15 times, when I'm preaching 45 minutes, if it was true, I bet your mind wanders at least 15 times while I'm preaching. Something will get your attention somewhere else.
Yep.
Not always.
It is hard sometimes to focus.
If it's good, you don't.
Sometimes I get distracted when I'm
You
preaching.
do.
Sometimes I get myself distracted. When I'm preaching sometimes,
You get us off track when you do that.
when I'm preaching sometimes, and I'll see somebody do something, and I thought, Did I miss something here?
I don't know.
And I said, that's the reason, good thing that Johnny can't see because he doesn't look. And that's the reason most preachers preach this way. You see how I'm preaching? You see how I'm preaching? Where's my eyes?
Over our heads.
Right over your head. I'm not seeing you.
Yeah.
They say pick a spot and look at that spot.
I have a problem with that.
I know you do. And it's a good. So, but see, but I've learned, if I don't like to look at my wife because when I mispronounce a word, I'm lost. She's lost it. But what I'm trying to say is, I spent $400 for 14 tapes.
And didn't follow them.
And if I didn't follow, the point is, if I'm willing to pay that much money, I should be willing to take the advice of what's said.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
You follow me? What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
and because you read the book and you're saying, I really don't believe it, and then you're not successful. And you hear this on all these info commercials, right? These info commercials. Here, buy this book and you can learn to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
That's what we say, because we really don't believe it. But they have become millionaires doing the very same thing. Somebody's successful in doing it.
Yep.
Well, they got enough of us to do it.
And they buy their books. We buy the books. We buy the recipe books, and we don't use the recipes for the success. What's our recipe book for success?
This is our recipe.
What is our recipe? What is our recipe?
Right.
Word of God.
The Word of God.
Yeah.
Do we have enough faith in believing the Word of God that we're going to act it out? Well, if we did, we would have, and I think that's what happens a lot of times, that we have so many Christians who have not been taught how to logically think biblically. Would you not agree?
Yep.
Good people that are not convinced that if God said it, to do it. If God teaches us to do it, He gives us a clear teaching of it, and we ignore it, then our faith is not, we don't have the faith. Faith requires us to believe what God said to the point of doing it.
I keep reading this 17 and 18
Go ahead.
of Romans 6 there. That God be thanked that we were the servants of sin, but ye have obeyed from the heart that form of doctrine which was delivered you. Being then made free from sin, ye became the servants of righteousness.
Yeah, I keep saying this because I'm teaching on it again this morning, and I'm saying to myself, there is a practice, there is a specific practice that we have to take to accomplish that purpose. And I think that, and I'm saying is, but it's a conscious, daily practice.
Yeah, daily.
It's a daily practice that we have to continue to do all of our lives to accomplish the purpose that God wants us to do. And the Lord said, the Lord requires us to put into practice what we believe. And I'm thinking, that's tough. Well, I'm glad you're all here.
I am glad too.
I'm sort of glad. I'm sort of glad that we're here. My son called me up to called Charity up, and he said, Kyle said, Mom, have you given much thought about what people have been saying about the coming of the rapture?
Oh yeah.
And my Charity says, I'm glad it got him to thinking about it. I said, well, son, what do you think about it?
Yeah.
What if Christ had come?
Yeah,
What he said, it's something to think about, isn't it? And Charity says, I'm glad that you are thinking about that.
Yeah.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
if anything that would get people, I thought our church should be full. Our church should have been full this morning because if people
Yeah.
took this seriously, they would want to come and check things out
Take it serious.
and take it serious enough.
You know, we didn't take it serious. I didn't. I didn't take it serious.
That's
Because
what-
Because we have
The
enough-
Bible says, you know. the
Yeah, I
Bible
know
says
what the
no
Bible
man knows
says.
the
Yes.
hour.
That's what I put on Facebook,
I
yeah.
didn't
No
take
man
it
knows.
serious
I mean,
because
God's gonna tell Jesus.
I was
to
reading
his
about it
children,
in the
and-
paper.
and
Mhm.
There's no man that's going to know that, so,
about.
I don't know if you've seen the headline or not, but I put it on there.
yeah.
I should have brought that to you, the newspaper, what they said about it. Did you get today's paper?
No, but I've read enough stuff on it, and I put together. You'll have to. The one I like. People
Now,
make.
there's one thing bad about that, I mean, it's good that it gets people thinking, but what some people's gonna say, big bad wolf theory, you know?
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
bad
yeah.
wolf theory, big bad, you know what I'm saying, you know, when you talk about the big bad wolf or something's coming or
Right.
whatever.
It gives
Right.
people enough time to scoff
Yeah.
at it.
But what
Yeah.
if?
What
if?
is so
It's
interesting
going to
that,
happen one day and people are not going to be.
yes,
they're-
Harold,
We don't know the day or
you know,
the
Satan
hour,
is
but-
pretty sharp.
Yeah.
Harold Camping is the guy that did it.
Camping.
And Harold Camping, and what is interesting is his organization is worth $117 million. His family radio show is worth $117 million. And what's so interesting about it is, I read that they spent $1 million in buying billboards
To tell people.
to tell people. My comment is, if they really thought that Jesus was coming, why would they would only spend $1 million? If I thought Jesus was truly coming, I would have spent $117 million to flood the whole world with this idea that he's coming. But they only spent $1 million, and they asked the radio audience to send money in to help them.
Sure. It's like a racket.
And you know how old this man is?
89.
89 years old.
Yeah.
And he's done it before. He did it
Oh,
in 1994.
And people just fall for anything, don't they?
And people have fallen for it, but here is my comment. If you knew if Christ was coming back tomorrow,
And we don't.
would
Well,
it
that's
change our lives?
That's just exactly what me and her was talking about
Where
this
did-
morning. I was just talking about that. very
You know,
thing.
he's got a-
I thought about it, but I
You
wasn't
gotta be
worried.
ready.
I
That's right.
I wasn't worried because I knew it'd be coming.
Randy Muncho
I wouldn't
Savage.
be in pain.
Randy Muncho,
Thank God.
Randy Muncho Savage, WWF, real big
Would
wrestler,
feel
loved
really
you.
bad.
He died this week. He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
He just got married.
Is he a wrestler?
Yeah, he had a new wife. Randy
Randy
Savage,
Savage,
I forgot his name, real name.
Yeah,
And
Randy-
he was driving, he had a heart attack and ran
Was it
into a
heart
tree.
attack? They said
He had a
I
heart
wasn't
attack.
sure. They
He
didn't-
met his maker
Yes, he did.
in a
Yeah.
moment, in the twinkle of an eye.
See, here's what people don't realize, the world ends for somebody every second of every day.
Exactly,
And that's what people, because, you know, we talk about the world coming to an end,
yes.
and I thought a lot about this, especially the last several months.